Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Prop Wiz. I'm your host, Wiz. Today, we'll be doing a box opening and review of this Mazinger Z, aka Tranzor Z figure. This is by Bandai. Now, this is a smaller figure. I believe this bad boy is around 6 inches. It might even be smaller than that. I usually don't collect these kind of figures. There's a few in my collection, but I usually steer away from them, usually because of the price, man. This thing was $130, $140, and is very tiny. So just comparing that to the close to $200 figures that I buy that are 1/6 scale that have clothes sold on, just more elaborate figures that's better price than even this. Even with the price of 1/6 scale figures going up, man, I think that they're better priced than these ones. But some of it is now, as I'm looking at the back, is because it does look like an import. Everything on the back is in Japanese. Of course, Bandai is a Japanese toy company, so I guess that makes sense. We got Soul Ashok again is the only English that I see on here. And of course, the Bandai logo itself. I guess this is the 50th anniversary of Mazinger Z. And by the way, along those lines, man, the reason why I did cop this figure, even though it's something I don't collect this size, this kind of figure, is because, man, this is part of my childhood, which is a lot of my collection is that. It's the movies I love, cartoons that I grew up on, and even more, you know, nostalgia ones from back in the day. And then you might see something from new, like I got a Walter White because Breaking Bad is one of my favorite shows. So, man, I just buy the stuff that I love. I saw this. The chances of them making a figure like this in the size that I wanted is probably, I can't count on that. I don't know if it'll happen. It might have already happened and I missed it. So I saw this bad boy and dude, I just jumped at it and had to take advantage of it. So with that being said, the history of this for me is, of course, most people now probably know this as Mazinger Z. I watched this in the 80s, 1985, man. Biggest time for cartoon, man. He-Man, G.I. Joe, Transformers was on. Of course, Voltron was a hit, man. And we had this bad boy right here, which was called Tranzor Z back in the day. So I've grown up knowing this character as Tranzor Z. I happened to see some trailers online a few years back and saw that the name was actually Mazinger, and which helped me out a lot because a lot of people don't refer to it as Tranzor Z. So it was hard to find videos and material and toys based off this character I loved. And then, of course, Mazinger ended up being that keyword that you can type in and all kinds of things popped up, including the history. So with the history as well, come to find out that Mazinger actually was done in the 1970s, the early 70s. So it aired from 73 to 74, I believe it said. So that was real cool, too, to know that this cartoon that I watched in 85, over 10 years later, right, from when it first aired, and it looked like a modern show. Like these Japanese anime shows, Voltron included, because remember, Voltron was older as well by the time it got to the United States. Dude, it was the animation was out there, but I do think Tranzor Z was a little bit older than I mean, I might be wrong, than Voltron, because I can tell now, knowing the date, that Tranzor Z had an animation style that was closer to Speed Racer than anything else. So that kind of makes sense now in retrospect. Of course, when you were a kid, you didn't know, but again, their cartoons were just more advanced than ours at the time. You know, I think ours were cleaner because this was older, but dude, just some of the things they were doing, arms shooting off, hovercrafts flying into the head. This is all stuff that was happening in Tranzor Z. Just the imagination of the animation was just crazy. Anyways, I'm excited, if you can't tell, and that's the reason why I'm excited, man. This is part of my childhood, something I just had to have, and regardless of the size. And I'm hoping that it's a little bit bigger than I'm thinking. Like I remember reading the size, and I'm hoping that it's a little bit bigger. But according to the box, it does look like it's going to be a tiny figure. So anyway, just hopping in with the animation, man. We do got the actual toy figure on the front. The only bad thing about this, I can kind of see a joint in the leg where the leg is connecting to the body. But I guess being that it's a robot, it's cool to see joints, but I can see a circular joint there. With that being said, the way that he's posed lets me know that we'll be able to get it in some dynamic poses, some cool little poses, which is cool as well. Otherwise, the box is pretty normal, man. Again, a lot of Japanese writing. I can't read a lot of it. Some of it I'm guessing because we got the 50th. I'm assuming that's the 50th anniversary. I'm not doing the math. I'm guessing that was 50 years ago that it was released. So thus we got 50 right there in some Japanese kanji. So I'm assuming that says 50 year or 50 50-year anniversary or something along those lines. The back of the box, man, we do got some of the features. It's showing that the hovercraft does come out of the head. It's showing some of the poses. We got things that's shooting out of the body. It does come with the wings, and it also has the removable arm where the arm shoots off, fires off. So, man, real excited, yo. So let's start the box opening. Okay, here in the studio for the box opening. Got this bad boy out the box. It does come with some directions. Dude, I'm horrible at reading directions. I don't know if it's the fact that I'm a man. Is it because I'm a man that grew up in the 80s? Or is there more people? Like, I haven't looked at the demographics to know. But it comes with a little booklet, man. It's all in, it's written in Japanese, so I can't read almost none of it. All parts of this product has been painted. Please. So there's one sentence talking about this thing being painted that's in English, but everything else is in Japanese, but the pictures are super clear. It does start out with what looks like original drawings from the cartoon itself. Or, you know what? There's a manga, of this as well. So I wonder if this is from that, because this does look a little more streamlined than even the cartoon, but at the same time, that looks like, I don't know. So that's cool. I wish my wife can read that, so I'll probably give it to her to translate. It's crazy because I spent about 9 years in Japan overall and didn't learn Japanese, man. That's the arrogance of being American, dude. If you're American and you go overseas, have the opportunity to go overseas, learn the language, yo. Don't be me. But anyway, let's get this bad boy out. Already from the jump. This thing is metal. Look like there's some plastic parts. The body right there is plastic, but the chest is metal. The trunks are metal, and the legs and feet are definitely metal. So there's some weight. The figure is a little bit taller than I thought. It looked like it's in the 7-inch range. For some reason, I thought it was going to be smaller. I've gotten some figures that were imported from overseas at this price range that was smaller, though $130 is still quite a bit for a figure this size. But again, man, this is one of the cartoons I watched as a kid. So, man, I am blown away to be holding this bad boy in my hand, because, listen, they didn't make toys like this when I was little. Now, you had the die-cast Transformers that was probably pretty close. Like, Transformers gave the feeling. There was probably some details off, but it felt like it looked like it did in the cartoon, but everything else was kind of didn't, man, especially stuff like this in Voltron. Dude, this is beautiful and different than some of the stuff in my collection. Again, I've got Batman. I got some stuff from my early teens, but this is early 80s. So this is 85 when I saw it. To be holding something like this in my hand and never thought I would have. Like, never thought they would make a figure with that detail, because they weren't doing it back then. And by the time they were doing it, of course, what was the chance that they were going to go back and do this obscure cartoon from the 80s? But anyway, let me get all the stuff out the box first. We got the little fist that shoots out. So it's got the flames on the back to simulate that, I guess, the rockets that shoot out. So these are dope. They're balled fists. I see it also comes with open hands, so you can pose that how you want. We got the jet pack. I'm assuming the parts of the jet pack. Let's see on the back of this. Yes, definitely the jet pack. The episodes that I watched, I think the jet pack was later. Like, I don't remember seeing a lot of episodes. I remember seeing the jet pack, but I don't remember seeing a lot of episodes with it. But definitely cool. That's the wings for it. Man, the paint application is beautiful. It's got a shine to it. So even the parts that are plastic, again, there's a lot of parts on the actual figure that's metal, but even the parts that are plastic, such as this, is painted to, it looks metallic. Okay, I think this is part of the jet pack as well. Believe the harness, we'll see. That's definitely from the jet pack that goes around his waist. Let's see, does that open up? Yeah, boy. Okay, dope. So you got all these little pieces, man, that look like they go around the waist. So I could see some of it. I thought this was part of the jet pack. I think this is from where he did have a missile or something that came out of his stomach as well. So I think this goes on there to simulate the actual stomach opening up and revealing the hole for the missile. And we got the missiles. And these are definitely the ones that shoot out of the stomach. Yeah, those are dope. It's crazy because they had a female robot on the show that her breasts actually were missiles that shot out. When I was a kid, so this is childhood stuff. When I was a kid, it was rumored that that happened. So I had never seen an episode where her breast shot out, her missile breast shot. Never seen it, but there were kids at school that swore that, yes, this exists. This girl's brat, I don't know if it's been, I grew up, I'm a military brat, by the way. So I grew up with other kids that had been overseas. So I don't know if it's one of those things they had been overseas and saw it, but there were some kids that had talked about it, and it wasn't until I was an adult, in fact, quite recently, doing the research for this, that I actually, with my own eyes, saw the robot shoot missiles with her breast. Anyway, dude, here's the hovercraft. Dude, how tiny that thing is. So the hovercraft that flies lands in the head. The whole scene was dope. Actually, the hovercraft would come out of a swimming pool and then land into the robot's head. And man, dog, it was cool. For me, I believe I had seen Voltron first. In fact, I'm pretty sure Voltron probably what popularized these kind of cartoons in general during that time anyway. So to me, this was just a cool departure from Voltron, which I loved as well. You know what I'm saying? I probably liked Voltron more growing up, as probably anybody did. But this is one of those things where you liked Tranzor Z because of the differences between Tranzor Z and Voltron. You know, Voltron had 5 robot pilots. This one had 1. And look at that, man. Just dope. All right, see what we got. Start putting this bad boy together. And I'm gonna put the one with the fist, so it just looks like does it just snap in place? Or do we gotta take this off? Oh, not only does it snap in place, there's like a little spring action. I wonder if that shoots out. Wow. Oh my Lord, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me get this thing on and we're gonna talk about the details here in a minute. But it pops right in. Dude, this is awesome, yo. I'm gonna tell you why in a minute. We are gonna put the hovercraft in the head. So I don't know if it's like magnets that's keeping it in place, because it is doing very well. Yeah. I think there's magnets in there as well. So the hovercraft, I was able to put them in there and it stuck right in there. The arms had some kind of springs in it. So you popped it in, it sticks. Pretty dope. Okay. So it did say here, this whole stomach piece actually comes off. Look at that. It comes off to give way to put this in there where the missile comes out. So that's cool. Look at that. See how it slides out? It's not sliding out easy though. Hopefully it's easier to put back in. So there you go. So you got the little hole. Oh, knocking stuff off still. Knocking the hole, or I should say revealing the hole. And see, and then that piece will go in there, revealing the hole. So I guess the only thing is it is kind of difficult getting it up under the chest piece, because it do go under the chest piece. So that'll pop on, and then one of the missiles can go in there, all right? We'll show that off more when we do the outro video, the photos for that. In the meantime, I'm putting this bad boy on. Man, this is not easy, to be honest with you. To slide in. Oh, no, there we go. All right, cool. And again, we got the jetpack and everything. We'll go ahead and put this together, because even if I don't display this with it, oh Lord, man.
Jeez, did I already say the thing about my childhood? I'm holding my childhood in my hands, yo. Okay, all right, that's cool. So it's a dual piece, which makes sense. Nope. All right, cool. So what I'm seeing is, this is awesome. So you got this that actually connects it to the body. But I'm gonna tell you something else that it's doing that's kind of crazy. Boom, and it fits perfectly. Dude, I keep knocking that little piece off. I'm glad it's not glued in because I have a feeling I would have broke it. And this piece is sturdy, y'all. It is sturdy. I'm physically knocking that thing off, so I don't want y'all to think that it's flimsy. Look at that. Freaking dope, yo, dope. All right, so the cool thing is, I guess if you want to display the wings not attached, right? That's what this piece is for. So this is what it looks like when the thing is open and flying. All right, so you'll attach that if you don't want it to attach or whatever. At least that's what I'm getting from this. So super, super dope. And just, I don't know if I showed off the details of the rocket. Yo, just beautiful, man. And again, remember, this is a cartoon that was animated in the 70s. So the details here, you're not getting that weathered. You know, it's a specific look, man. You're replicating something from a cartoon, first of all, period. And the fact that it's from the 70s, I think the design speaks to that, right? This is something that I'm sure some teacher or something out there could use this to speak about design even of that time frame. Okay, what else we got, man? Might as well talk about the details of this thing I keep knocking off. Again, it's made out of plastic, but there's a metallic paint. So I guess it's beautiful, man. When you got that mix of metal and plastic, and the plastic is painted just right, it just sells the effect. So this is plastic, but it looks and feels like metal because it's attached to this thing, which is metal. Beautiful. Look at the flexibility of the figure. It's crazy, yo. So they got these little inserts on the back. See, you see this right here? So you got this, so it only bends so far, right? But this actually pushes in, and now you can bend it. Crazy, dude. So, man, that's some money right there, just in the technology to bring that. And it has it in the same thing in the arm. See right there, you got the little panel. So this one, you don't even have to push in. This one, it just bends and hides that joint. So the flexibility of this figure is ridiculous, y'all. Oh my Lord. The body has some joints in it too. So he does lift up a little bit. I had him lift it up if you want him to bend down a little bit, or you can push that down and hide that seam that was there. Because I did notice that earlier. I didn't think that seam was going to disappear, but it does push in and hides that seam. Dude, this is crazy. So as far as, and just taking it off, all I had to do was just pull it off and it came right on off, man. So I thought it was a button or something we were gonna have to push, because when you put it in there, it just snaps into place. Wow. Okay, actual head sculpt, gorgeous. Again, man, it's very, very simple design, but I guess it's always something. You got all those kind of angles on it. It's still something I guess you could mess up in the wrong hands, but dude, he's dope, man. There's a lot going on the back, so you do got some seams and panels and stuff that I'm not sure if that's specific to the show or is this stuff that's hiding stuff. They look like by design, though. You know, on one hand, it looks like it might be hiding something, hiding screws or whatnot, but they got it in a way and shape that's very, very robot-like. You know what I mean? Like, these lines look purposeful. So if it is hiding screws, they did do it in a way that they thought about design where it would make sense. And of course, the only thing that makes it look off is the fact that there's no lines like that except for this one here. Nothing like that on the front is the only thing that gives it away a little bit. But again, we ain't posing this back, man. He's got to be facing the camera, right? So I think we're all right. Oh man, this is a beautiful figure, y'all. I really do wish that they made a bigger one, man. That's the only thing, man. This bad boy is tiny, compared to most figures. It would be nice to have a bigger one than this. Voltron, I've got a Voltron review coming out. If I haven't already dropped it, I film a lot, y'all, just to give you a heads up. There's a lot that I film per day and decide when to release it. So I'm not sure if the Voltron one is going to be out by the time I release this one. If not, I'll give you a preview. I wasn't super impressed, man. And this one has everything that I liked about the Voltron figure, and it's minus everything that I dislike, which really is just him holding the pose. Like every pose I'm putting him in so far is staying. And I appreciate that. And that might have to do with the size. If it was bigger, maybe that wouldn't be the case. Who knows? Hopefully we do know, because again, I want a bigger one. But anyways, let's head back to the studio for the final thoughts. And dude, I can't wait to show off some pictures and videos of this thing.
Okay, y'all, final thoughts on this bad boy. Super dope, man. I've expressed my excitement. It's part of my childhood. Just like Voltron, I wish this was a little bit bigger. I wish it was the same size as the Voltron joint, man. But hey, glad to have it in hand. Even look at it now, man. I'm still seeing detail, like these little metallic specks in the arms and the legs, yo. Dude, this is an incredible figure. Glad to have it as part of the collection. I need more, man. I need something bigger, yo. This is a good start, dude. We need that next level, man. Hit me up, man, or let me know, man. Maybe it already exists out there. If you guys know something, let me know in the comment section. But hey, I love it. I give this figure a 5 out of 5. 5 stars, baby. Top 5 rating, man. I think it's dope. I don't think it gets any better than this. But that's my thoughts, man. Leave me some comments. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Is this something that it's also from your childhood? I know I posted some photos on my Facebook page, man, my personal Facebook page, and I had a lot of friends writing, commenting, saying, hey, y'all remember that cartoon? Some of y'all didn't remember the name of it or whatever, but a couple of cats remember this. Yo, I think in Big Hero 6, man, there was a clock in the background that showcased this. So even Big Hero 6 gave it a little shout out, man. But anyways, man, let me know what you guys think in the comment section. If you like this video, please take the time to hit that like button. Also, hit that notify button. That way you get notified every time I drop a new video. And if you haven't already, please take the time to subscribe. As always, I love you guys to death, and I'll check you out next time, all right? Peace.
Yo, it's true, my brother got the new Cadillac spaceship that take us to places where the earth can rotate us. Hit the ATL strip like we was famous. Yeah, I see you stacking that bread, but we the bakers. I'm the real deal, all that I deal with them haters. That Jamaican accent is off a bit, you faker. I can take you to this magic place to meet Jamaica. The click-clack can turn your whole face into vapor. The cremator use the same makeup they use the day of your death before we turn the oven on to cremation. By the end of this, I bet you wish you never wake up. Was told the reaper was old, your soul, time to pay up. Lay up all night writing rhymes, filling pages up. Your girlfriend's like a compressed can. Watch me shake it up, debate enough, deflating the tough. It ain't enough. I'll make it 30 days a night soon as the day is up. I'm in the passenger seat, rapping the beats, cruising. We in a Cadillac spaceship, the new one. You couldn't even afford to use one. Spitting flows out the window, that's how we do, son. That's how we do when I'm with my crew. Cruise by the stars in their cars, but they coops. Mine's a spaceship designed to fly the coop while I fly high. Y'all ground level, lying in yeah. I get it, y'all the greatest spitting rappers. I heard it before, but y'all just got me laughing. Y'all got it backwards like crisscross and starter jackets. Established my men back when we used to backspin on cardboard boxes. Oxygen filled with toxins, plotting, but the apocalypse is knocking. Knock wind out your top 10 when you add me in. You hot shit, drop it, and you'll be happy then. The pattern